Hey, you ever seen a spider glowing in the dark? Like it's the nightclub DJ of the spider world? Yeah, I didn't either. But apparently they do. So how do they find their way around when there's no moonlight or streetlights? It's like trying to walk a tightrope in a pitch black room with a flashlight that only works when you're not looking. So we're talking about these spiders that glow in the dark, right? Like, not just any spider, but a spider that's basically a tiny disco ball. Imagine a spider with a built-in flashlight. But here's the thing, glow in the dark isn't like a flashlight. It's more like a glow stick. They absorb light during the day and then light up at night. Kind of like a spider that's basically a solar-powered nightlight. Wait, but glow in the dark isn't actually light. It's phosphorescence. Like when you put a glow stick in the dark and it glows for a bit. So these spiders are basically glow sticks with 8 legs. So the real question is, do they use their glow to see better? Or is it just a way to look cool in the dark? Maybe they're just trying to scare off other spiders or attract mates. Who knows, they're spiders. But here's the kicker, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't just cool for show. They actually use their glow to navigate in the dark. It's like they have a built-in GPS made of bioluminescent goo. So yeah, you're not just staring at a spider with a glow stick. You're looking at a tiny superhero with a built-in flashlight. Think of it like a glow-in-the-dark superhero mask. You know, like Batman, but with more spider legs and less cool gadgets. And if you're ever stuck in a dark room, just imagine a whole army of these little glow bugs helping you find your way. They're like the secret service of the spider world, but way cooler and less boring. But here's the kicker. They don't need any batteries, or Wi-Fi, or even a power outlet. They just absorb light during the day and glow at night. It's like they're running on solar power, but with more spider guts and less tech. So next time you see one of these glowing spiders, give it a little respect. It's basically the original bioluminescent creature, like the spider version of the firefly, but with more legs and less sparkle. And honestly, spiders could glow, why can't we? Maybe we should all just start glowing too. Like, maybe it's the next big thing. Glow in the dark humans. It's not too late to start. Okay, so glow in the dark spiders. They're basically like the spider version of a nightlight. You know how you leave a nightlight on and it's like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Well, these spiders are like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I'm also eating your socks. But wait, they don't just glow like a disco ball. They glow like a faint neon sign. It's like if a glow stick had a spider-shaped filter and then got into a fight with a light bulb. So how do they navigate in the dark? Well, imagine if your phone was a spider and it could see in the dark by flickering like a disco ball. That's basically what they do, except they're not flickering, they're glowing. And here's the kicker. They don't need light to glow. They just need to absorb it first. So it's like if you had a glow stick that only glows after you hit it with a flashlight. That's their whole trick. So in short, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the internet of the spider world. They're using stored light as a signal, like a message in a bottle, but with 8 legs and a love for dark corners. And that's the history of glow-in-the-dark spiders. No need for a map, just glow and go. It's like a spider with a flashlight, but the flashlight is inside its body. And also, it's kind of cool. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders don't need flashlights. They just soak up light like a sunbathing sloth, then glow like a neon sign when the lights go out. It's not like they have a built-in flashlight. They're basically light sponges storing energy like a glow stick in a backpack. When it's dark, they turn into glow-in-the-dark toys, like a spider-shaped LED light. But they don't use their glow to find food. They use it to scare off other spiders, like a tiny warning sign. So, in short, they're like a spider with a glow stick, using light to stay safe, not to find dinner. So, first things first. These spiders aren't just glowing for the party. They've got this whole setup going on. Think of it like a tiny nightlight in their web, but way cooler. They're not just glowing randomly. It's like they've got a built-in flashlight, but instead of batteries, they use chemicals. Pretty much, they're the spider version of a glow stick. The glow isn't just for show. It helps them see in the dark. Sort of like how some people use night lights to find their way to the bathroom, but way more spider-like. They got the special kind of light that's not too bright, but just enough to help them navigate. It's like having a little lantern in your web, so you don't get lost in the dark. And here's the kicker. They don't need any extra stuff. No batteries, no charging, just a chemical reaction. It's like a spider-powered light bulb. Wild, right? Okay, so they don't just glow. They actually use their glow to see the world. Like a tiny glowing nightlight in a spider's head. It's kind of like how your phone flashlight helps you see in the dark, but way cooler. They use their own glow to light up the path ahead. So, the glow isn't just for show. It's their way of seeing in the dark, like a tiny lantern for their web. Super useful when all the other spiders are asleep. And if you ever see a glow-in-the-dark spider in the wild, just know they're basically a tiny superhero with a light-up suit and no cape. Okay, so they're not just glowing like a neon sign, they're actually using their glow as a map. Imagine if your shoes glowed to show you the way home. It's like having a built-in flashlight that only works when it's dark. They're not just glowing, they're literally lighting their path. So it's not just about seeing a path. It's about communicating with other spiders. It's like a glowing social media post telling everyone where to hang out. They're using light as both a guide and a language. It's not just survival, it's a whole spider internet of glowing vibes. So yeah, they're not just glowing, they're networking. And somehow, they're still managing to be kind of spooky, okay? So these spiders aren't just glowing for fun. They're basically like tiny night lights, using their glow to see in the dark. But wait, how do they even see their own light? Turns out, they use a special kind of light-sensitive cells in their eyes. It's like having a tiny camera that only takes photos in the dark. And hey, they're not the only ones with this trick. They also use their glow to communicate, like a tiny flashlight signal, letting others know where they are. It's like having a glow stick that also works as a walkie-talkie. But here's the kicker, some spiders use their glow not to see, but to trap prey. The light makes them look like a glowing bug, so other bugs think they're part of the light show. Classic bait and switch. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like nature's tiny legends. They use their glow for navigation, communication, and even trickery. It's a whole glowing world down there. So imagine you're in a pitch-black cave, and you've got this glowing glow stick taped to your forehead. You're not actually seeing anything, but you're somehow figuring out where the exit is. That's basically what these spiders are doing. It's not like they're using the glow like a flashlight. They're more like a firefly that forgot to turn on its light, but still somehow finds its way home. So it's like your phone flashlight, but for spiders, and instead of seeing, it's like feeling the light, like a spider with a radar and a light switch. They're not super smart, but they're really good at this glow thing. Like a kid who's never seen a light before, but somehow finds the switch in the dark. So in short, these spiders are like glow-in-the-dark ninjas, using light as a map, not a flashlight. It's kinda dumb, but it works. So here's the thing. Glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They just reflect light like a disco ball. Wait, really? No, they're more like a disco ball that only works in the dark. It's like a spider with a glow stick built into its back. But here's the real kicker. They don't need light to see. They use something called infrared vision. Wait, no, that's for snakes. Wait, no, that's for snakes. No, that's for snakes. Wait, 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 no, that's for snakes. Actually, they use something called bioluminescence, but it's not like the movies. It's like a spider that got a tiny flashlight stuck in its gut. It's super cool, but also super weird. Like, imagine if your fridge had a tiny flashlight in it and it was glowing. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you enjoy, take a look at the Amazon Echo the Gift Smart Speaker. There's a link in a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. But the real trick is that they don't need to glow to see. They use their own light to see in the dark. It's like having a flashlight in your head that only works when it's pitch black. And they're like, oh, I can see now, thanks for the light. So yeah, they're not magical. They're just super smart spiders with a tiny flashlight. And they're kind of like the Batman of the spider world. No cape, but definitely a glowing suit. Okay, so here's the first myth. Glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glowing bodies to light the way. That's like saying a firefly uses its glow to find its way home. But no, they're just super tiny and don't need a flashlight. They don't glow to navigate. They glow to warn predators. Like a neon sign that says, I'm not a snack, I'm a creepy crawly. So the idea that they glow to find their way is like saying a glow stick uses its light to find the nearest party. It's just a cool trick, not a navigation system. Spiders use their senses like smell, touch, and sight just like we do, but they don't need to glow to see. They see just fine, but they're not using their glow as a flashlight. So, myth number 1 is busted. Glow-in-the-dark spiders don't use their glow to navigate. They just glow, like a disco ball in the dark, and that's kind of cool. So here's the next myth. Glow-in-the-dark spiders use their glow to find their way, but that's not how it works. They're not like glow-in-the-dark stickers on a wall. Spiders don't glow to navigate. They glow to scare off predators or to look cool. It's more like a neon sign than a map. Real spiders use their senses like smell, touch, and vision kinda. They don't need to glow to find their way around. They're just good at being spiders. So next time you see a glowing spider, Just know it's not like a glow-in-the-dark trail. It's more like a party light, not a GPS. And that's 2 myths busted. Stay tuned for the third one. Spoiler, it's not about spiders at all. So you're probably wondering, where do these glowing spiders even live? Well, not in your garden, but in your phone. Yeah, that's right, your phone camera might be seeing them, but you're not. Wait, your phone? That's wild. But think about it, your phone's camera is basically a tiny eye. And if your phone can see them, maybe you can too. Just not in the dark. They're everywhere, but you just can't see them. So next time you're in the dark, and you see a weird glow, maybe it's not a ghost. Maybe it's a spider trying to find its way home. Or maybe it's just trying to find you. In short, these spiders are like the ghosts of the night, glowing, mysterious, and totally hiding in your everyday life. Just don't try to catch one. You'll probably end up with a creepy spider in your hand. Okay, so here's a real-world example that goes surprisingly hard. Imagine you're in a pitch-black cave, and suddenly a spider shows up with a glowing trail like a neon worm. You're like, wait, how does that even work? You think, oh, this spider must be using some kind of built-in flashlight. But nope, it's actually using bioluminescence. Like, it's basically a glowing spider with a glow stick in its belly. But here's the twist. The spider doesn't just glow, it also uses its legs to sense vibrations. So it's like a glowing spider with a sixth sense for touching things in the dark. And if that's not enough, some species even use their glowing patterns to communicate with other spiders. Like, hey, I'm over here, and I'm not a regular spider, I'm a glowing one. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't just spooky, they're like the ultimate survivalists of the dark. Glow, sense, and talk in the dark. So here's the kicker, some glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the spider version of a disco ball. They glow so hard, they could probably light up a room if they wanted to. These spiders are basically the original glow stick. They don't just glow, they glow with such intensity, it's like they're trying to outshine the moon. Some of them even have special patterns on their backs, like a spider with a glow-in-the-dark barcode. It's like they're trying to tell us secrets in the dark. And if that's not enough, there are even spiders that glow in multiple colors. It's like nature's version of a rainbow spider, but with more glow. So yeah, these spiders are the glow-up of the spider world. They're like the ultimate glow-in-the-dark party crashers, but with 8 legs and a creepy vibe. Okay, so what happens when a glow-in-the-dark spider tries to navigate, and everything goes wrong? Well, imagine trying to drive at night with your headlights broken. You're basically flying blind. And you're also made of silk and legs. Maybe it trips over its own web, like a human trying to walk on a tightrope while blindfolded. Or worse, it gets tangled in its own glow, like a disco ball and a spider web. Or maybe it just decides to go the wrong way, like a GPS that says turn left, but you're in a maze. It could end up in a totally different part of the house, like a lost kid in a candy store. And if it's really unlucky, it might fall into something like a glass of water or a vacuum cleaner. And then it's done for, like a glow-in-the-dark spider version of a traffic accident. So yeah, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like night owls with a bad sense of direction. But hey, they're still pretty cool. Just don't ask them to navigate a maze with a broken light. So, glow-in-the-dark spiders are kind of like the internet of the spider world. They've got this glowy aura, but it's not like they're holding a lantern. They're just glowing like a disco ball in the dark. But here's the catch. They don't actually see the glow. They're not like, oh, there's light over there. They're more like, I'm glowing, so I'm the light. So they're basically using their own glow to trick other spiders into thinking they're a light source. Like, hey, that's not a spider, that's a glowy spider snack. But wait, what if they're in the dark and no one's glowing? Then they're just a glowing spider in the dark, which is kind of like a disco ball in a pitch black room. You can't see anything but yourself. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the ultimate introvert. They don't need anyone else's light. They're just glowing, alone, in the dark, with a little bit of style. So how do we even figure out that glow-in-the-dark spiders use their own light to find their way? Well, it turns out scientists are basically like, oh, let's just shine a flashlight on a spider and see what happens. They watched the spiders and noticed they would turn toward the light, like they're trying to follow it, even though it's not the sun. It's like they're saying, I'm not lost, I'm just trying to find the nearest glow stick. But here's the kicker. They don't actually glow in the dark. They glow only when they're exposed to light. So it's not like they're glowing all the time. They're just storing light like a glow stick that's been shaken. So, scientists figured out that these spiders use their own stored light to navigate. Kind of like how we use our phone flashlights to find our way in the dark, but with more spider legs and less battery. And now we know. Glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't actually glowing. They're just using their own light like a built-in nightlight. It's like the spider world has its own glowing GPS system. Okay, so there's this one spider that's not just glow in the dark. It's also a glow in the dark spider. Like, it glows in the dark and then glows in the dark again. Who even needs sleep? I mean, it's not like it's trying to be flashy or anything. It's just glowing. Like, the universe is like, hey, you're in the dark, go glow. And the spider is like, sure thing, I'll just glow in the dark and then glow in the dark again. So how does it navigate? Well, maybe it's not even trying to navigate. Maybe it's just, like, glowing so hard it's basically a walking light bulb, and the dark is just reacting to it. Or maybe it's using the glow as a way to find other glow-in-the-dark spiders, like a glow-in-the-dark dating app, but with 8 legs and no swiping. Just, hey, you're glowing, I'll follow you. In the end, it's just a spider that's so glowy, it's basically a glow-in-the-dark spider. And we're all just like, wow, that's weird. Okay, what if we made glow-in-the-dark spiders into super creepy nightlights? Imagine a spider that glows like a disco ball, but it's also super good at finding your face in the dark. That's like having a tiny, spider-shaped mood ring for your bedroom. But wait, if they glow so bright, wouldn't they be like, I'm not a spider, I'm a tiny lantern? Maybe they'd start dating other glowing bombs and start a whole glowing insect club. You know, like the Glow Club, with a membership fee of 1,000 spider legs. Or maybe we could use them for something more practical. Like, if you're lost in the dark, just follow the glow of the spider. It's like having a tiny, 8-legged GPS that's also a weird, spider-shaped alarm clock. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Kindle Paperwhite e-reader. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. But here's the thing, spiders are already amazing at navigating. They don't need glow sticks. They use webs, vibrations, and even the Earth's magnetic field. So maybe we're just making them more like a glowy, spider-shaped flashlight. No judgment. In the end, the real question is, should we make glow-in-the-dark spiders or just learn to live with the dark? Because sometimes, the dark is just the universe saying, hey, you're not alone. And if you're still curious, just ask your spider. It probably knows more about the dark than you do. After all, it's been around since the Ediacaran period. It's seen a lot of dark. So, in conclusion, glow-in-the-dark spiders are basically the original nightlights. Just don't let them near your snack drawer. They might not be scary, but they might be hungry. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching.
Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.